Hello everybody and welcome back to MojoGrip. Mike here. Today's video I'm going to answer more questions, particularly financing and insurance. So I made a video recently where I talked about insuring your airplane, but more specifically an experimental airplane like the one sitting behind me. But also many people have asked questions about financing, which I also talked about briefly in a previous video. But in this video, we're gonna knock out both birds. I'm gonna share my knowledge based on what I know, and then you can take it with a grain of salt and do your own research. But I really hope that this information is helpful. So let's take financing first. Full disclosure, most people or most pilots that I know who either buy and build an airplane kit or they buy a brand new airplane, they typically buy it outright. Okay, they pay for the entire thing. But I also know quite a few pilots who finance either the certified airplane they buy, a light sport, or a kit build like this. So the options are available, right? If you are going to finance, generally speaking, when you finance a certified airplane, I think it's a lot easier because the airplane is certified, the liability is less with that, and also the airplane name model has been established. We know the company who builds it, parts available, things like that. So it's a fairly easy route when you finance a certified airplane. And I always encourage anyone who wants to get into airplane ownership, if you can find a used airplane that you like, then financing is a great option. It's just like financing a car. And the interest rate will be as low as your credit and your income, obviously. Now, you can also finance a kit build. Now, this is where things get a little more complex. When you're financing a kit, remember that you're not really financing an airplane, okay? And in the previous video when I try to explain this, generally speaking, for someone who wants to finance an experimental airplane from scratch, meaning you're buying the kit and buying all the components and then building yourself, what typically happens is you may either pay out of pocket for the kit and the engine and everything else, or you can pay through a credit. If you have a line of credit or you have equity in your home, things like that, some people may take out of their retirement. Now, obviously, remember that flying is dependent on your personal situation. A lot of people use flying just as a hobby. A lot of people also justify the purchase of an airplane for their business, and this is legitimate. So whatever boat that you ride on, these are options for you. Now, back to the financing part. So traditionally, you can have a line of credit or pay out of pocket or have equity in your house. And so you use that line of credit to purchase the kit, okay? You purchase the kit, you purchase your engine and perhaps all the components needed to build the airplane. You can either build the plane yourself or you can go through a build assist program like I'm doing here at TAF. And all that cost can be covered through your line of credit or however method you decide to pay with it or pay for it. Now, once the airplane is done, meaning once it's a finished airplane, then you can go to a traditional bank and refinance. So basically what would happen is you go to a normal bank and they will finance 80% of the value of the aircraft. And that way you can pull all the money that you spent building and buying all the stuff, and you can pay that money back or keep it if you paid out of pocket, and then just pay a monthly fee. Now, this is perfect if you use the airplane for your business, because as you're generating income, and obviously if the airplane, say for example, if you run a business where traveling is important, if that airplane can save you more time and that more time you can build into more profit, then it makes total sense, right? So in that situation, the airplane or getting an airplane makes perfect sense. The sun just went out on me and I hope you can still see this video clearly. So in that case, that's a great route, right? You can finance, and then once you have the finished airplane, you can refinance. So in saying that, obviously I have more internal information or inside information, so to speak, because I get to talk to a lot of pilots, a lot of business people. Now, one thing you guys may not know is a lot of people in aviation are also business people. You meet a lot of entrepreneurs, and I've met people in literally every single industry, which is great. So with that, I've been able to have conversations and talk to people. Now, I've been talking to a group of people more specifically about creating a product that makes it easier for anyone who is interested in building an airplane to be able to get financing. Now, it's not clear, dry and clear right now, but here's what I have in mind and what I've been discussing, and sooner or later this type of loan will be available. So the way it would work is, just as I explained the traditional way, think of it as a hard money lending process. So for those of you who are in real estate, you may understand how hard money works. So if you're in real estate, for example, and you wanted to flip a house for profit, what a lot of investors would do is they go borrow money from a hard lender or hard money lender, and they usually would borrow that money at a higher interest rate. But they go in, they buy the property that they need to fix up, and say the timeline to buy and to fix is 3 months. So really you're just paying back the debt for 3 months. And then after 3 months, you're able to sell the house for profit, get all your money back, pay your lender, and then keep the rest. Or you do a refinance. So let's assume, say you wanted to borrow, you find a property that costs $200,000, right? And you go to a hard money lender, they see the deal, and they're like, great, this is a great deal for us, and we'll give you 80%, and in some cases 100% of the deal can be financed. And so you borrow the money for a short term, 3 months. Once 3 months is done, you build the house, you fix the house up, and now say the house is worth $350. And so what you do is you now take that same property to a traditional bank. The traditional bank will finance up to 80% of that property, and that way you can cash out. You pull all that money back out, you pay your original lender, you still have the house, and you've maybe made a profit. Now, this is how it works in real estate, and the same concept would be for experimental airplanes, because again, you're not really buying an airplane, you're buying a kit, and you're buying all these things to build a plane. So what would happen is you would get a loan to finance the purchase of the kit, to the purchase of your engine and all the other components you need, and to finance a build assist. So everyone I've been talking to about this, in order to have collateral, so to speak, it's better to go through a professional shop to build the airplane rather than having the individual build the airplane. And there are reasons for that, because generally speaking, if it's just you, if the individual is building the airplane, it can take a longer time. Some people spend up to 10 years building the plane. And so the lender is not gonna go for that, because they won't be able to get their money back in a 10-year period. So for that reason, rather than have you build it, the stipulation would be that you go through a shop that may be certified by the lender or that's worked with the lender before. And so it's guaranteed that this plane is going to be built, and not only will it be built, it's going to be built in a very short period of time. So within a year, right? So you go through a build assist and you build out the airplane within a year. And so this is the simple concept around it. Again, still working out some details, and I really hope that we have a product like this soon. So for anyone who maybe can afford to finance, or if you wanted to get into experimental or flying at a cheaper or affordable way, and this is something obviously that you can go together with partners and things like that. But I will keep you guys posted once I have more concrete detail about this. But right now it's definitely cooking, and so that's why I wanted to let you guys know about it. Now, the other thing I wanted to answer, insurance. So last video that I made about insurance, I had a few people reach out to me, and they were asking, hey, where did you get your insurance quote? So if you didn't see that video, I ask you to go watch it right now. It's up there, or use the link below. And so what I mentioned in that video was that when I was quoted for my Sling TSI last year, and my premium was $3,200. okay, which was a good deal in my opinion. And so I had a few other experimental builders and just pilots who were telling me like, hey, I could not get that type of deal, or I got a higher premium quote. And so in that, I just started asking around, and after speaking to a few pilots, I realized that insurance rates have sort of creeped up on us. And really, every news outlet that I've read about this, it's been the case, which sucks. And there's several reasons why insurance premium for aviation is going up. One major, obviously, is the liability factor, and understand that when you're insuring an airplane, you as the pilot may be the biggest liability. So oftentimes, the more experience and the more hours or ratings you have as a pilot, the lesser you be paying in premium. So that said, other factors can play into insurance going up. For example, one of the reasons why it's higher right now is you have less companies that are insuring airplanes. For whatever reason, everybody is leaving out of that business because it's not as profitable. And when you think of, natural disasters and things happening, remember, an airplane is either parked outside or in a garage. And if a storm comes through and damages that airplane, the insurance has to pay for it. And you've had a few or more of that happen over the years that it's not as profitable for the insurance company, and they have to get that money somehow. And the best way that they can do that is to raise everybody's premium. So even I myself, I'm looking forward to actually paying more for my insurance premium. So that's sort of the news I have for you today. Unfortunately, I really hope things change in the coming months or maybe within a year. That way more people can afford to do this. But right now, insuring your aircraft is going to be more expensive. And a lot of pilots that I've spoken to, both in the experimental and the certified world, they're letting me know that they had to pay more insurance when they renewed their insurance for the airplane. So that sucks, but that's the case right now. Again, I hope things that the numbers go down. All right, so guys, if you have any questions about anything that I've mentioned in this video, make sure you leave in the comments below. I'm gonna check the comments to try and answer all the questions, and especially about the financing part, like I said. And I'm in touch with the group of guys that I'm talking to. These are people in the financial world who are thinking about creating this product. I'm talking to them right now, so if you have any specific questions or you can add some value to this, make sure you leave in the comments below and I'll check it. And for insurance, there's not much I can do about that, honestly. I do hope it goes down for all of us. Thank you guys so much for watching and spending time with me. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you got something out of it, and be sure to subscribe with the notification bell on. Guys, a great way to support MojoGrip is by becoming an MVP. Go to mojogrip.net/MVP and sign up there. Thank you so much, and I will catch you on the next video. Peace.